Sport is often unpredictable. During various matches, tournaments, and competitions, literally anything can happen. Such mishaps are usually quite amusing. In today's episode, we'll bring you some awkward sports situations. I invite you to watch. Scoring an own goal in a football match is always an unpleasant experience. In football, every goal matters. So when the ball goes into our goal because of us, it can even decide our loss. This own goal is probably one of the worst because the person who scored it was supposed to keep the goal safe. This French goalkeeper made a daring save at first, only to make an extremely unfortunate one a moment later by throwing the ball straight into his own goal. He desperately tried to save the situation somehow, but unfortunately, it didn't work out. In almost every sport, the referee decides on the correct course of the game. It's better not to make an enemy of him. This tennis player seems to have forgotten about it and served the ball with all his might straight into the referee's face. It quickly took revenge on him because in the end, the unlucky player lost this match. Fortunately, the man who was hit was not seriously injured. Sports mishaps usually happen by accident. Here, however, we are dealing with a major oversight on the part of the players' team. Johann Zarco was about to finish 7th in the MotoGP race. At some point, however, something strange happened. He ran out of fuel. How could something like this happen in a professional competition? Johann, however, did not give up and, like a true athlete, decided to finish the race by leading the bike to the finish line. And although he finished the race, he was terribly tired and had to watch the competitors easily pass him by. Sometimes players from opposing teams want to win so much that they are able to humiliate and reduce the morale of their opponents in various ways. That's what happened in that baseball game. One of the players, seeing a colleague from the opposing team about to slide onto the base, ostentatiously tripped himself, causing the man to land his nose on his buttocks. The player was not only humiliated in this way, but also removed from the field by the coach after this action. When racing in Formula One, the key issue is to constantly take care of the good technical condition of the competitor's vehicle. In this case, someone must have screwed up. As if nothing had happened, the wheels on this car just fell off. There was no collision or impact with an obstacle. As it turned out, the technicians installed new, untested elements at the wheels, which apparently did not fulfill their role. A Formula One competitor would probably rather check their efficiency in other conditions than he had to. After all, he was speeding at 290 km/h during this incident, which could not end well. Football players usually show their joy in some way after they score a goal. This is a completely normal reaction. The worst, however, is when someone celebrates a goal that was not actually recognized by the referee. Something like that happened in this case as well. Football player Kerem Gulaud scored a goal, but it was offside. However, he did not hear the referee's whistle or see the raised flag and began to celebrate it. He even ran to the stands to share his joy with the fans. Seeing his face when he found out he didn't score was priceless. No one could have predicted this accident. A team of runners took part in the 800 meters competition. At one point, some strange rubber got tangled in the legs of the player who was just leading. The man tried to free himself from this tangle at all costs, but unfortunately, he did not succeed. It is not known where this strange object came from. Fortunately, the boy managed to secure a high place despite everything and moved on. Finishing last in a competition is always an unpleasant experience. This man aspired to take part in a shot-throwing competition. Unfortunately, he failed to qualify. Resigned, he decided that since he had already arrived here, he would take part in another competition, the 100-meter run. As you can see, he didn't do too well. In fact, this boy achieved the worst result in the history of the sport. He ran 100 meters in just over 15 seconds. During a football match, it is worth listening to the referee. Otherwise, he may have no scruples. In this case, the line umpire explicitly asked the players to move aside. When they disobeyed his command, he had no problem spraying their shoes with a wet substance. Fortunately, this substance disappears over time. These two runners were literally head-to-head at the end. One of them decided to make a jump and thus overtook the competitor by a hair. However, it did not reflect well on him because he badly scratched his face. But what is not done for the sake of victory? In tennis, you have to be extremely accurate and aim perfectly. It is thanks to such precision that players are able to serve so that the ball hits right next to the line and still scores. In this case, the ball hit, but not the court, but the doubles partner. The man was hit hard, and all this during the most important tennis competition in the world. Sport is surprising and often dangerous. However, it is not only dangerous for the players, referees, or themselves, but also for the spectators and the coaching staff. This man put his coffee cup on the seat and forgot about it. He must have been badly burned by it. There was a small brawl under this basket, which unexpectedly ended with a point. As it turns out, the basketball player performed this amazing trick by accident. In fact, he wanted to save someone in the audience from getting hit by the ball. He didn't expect the ball to end up in the basket. It looked very spectacular. Unfortunately, it was an accidental basket. Despite everything, the crowd went crazy, and the player will certainly remember this situation for a long time. Alex Rodriguez is one of the best baseball players, but what will happen when he takes another ball in his hands? In this case, it ended up quite uneventful, but whoever came up with the idea to throw a ball during the show, especially if there are delicate screens everywhere? Surely you have played fetch with your dog many times. You would throw the ball to him and he would bring it back. This squirrel, however, is not as delicate as dogs. She has an ambition to become a member of the team. A little biter invaded the American football field and behaved just like a player. He even received applause for his spirited play. Giving an interview is not always easy. This basketball player almost embarrassed himself when he was caught whispering to his teammate. When a reporter asked him a question, the man quietly said, "God, she's beautiful." He didn't know that the microphone in front of him was so sensitive that everyone could hear it. The player couldn't contain his embarrassment. When playing football, you have to be focused all the time and have your eyes in the back of your head. This goalkeeper put the ball under his foot and was sure it was still there. Unfortunately, playing by heart, all he kicked was air. Just a little bit, and he wouldn't have conceded a goal. Remember to always look to see if you have the ball when you kick it. This concludes this episode. Write in the comments which part you like the most. See you soon. Bye.